Hello, guys. It's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
You could be driving.
Honda has won more U.S. News and World Report awards than any other brand in the last decade. And now you can add another one to the list, being named the best car brand of 2022. Come get your Honda today at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Siegel Lane.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Hello and welcome as we start today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. Here's hoping all is well with you and yours in your world. Since the last opportunity we had to spend some time with you roughly 24 hours ago. We start today's show talking about the aftermath of the horrific weather that rolled through South Louisiana earlier this week. The rare multi-vortex tornado that ripped through both St. Bernard and Orleans parishes. According to the National Weather Service, and they advise that the investigation is ongoing, the survey from the National Weather Service. But as it stands right now, the National Weather Service says that tornado was at least an EF3. The damage survey, again, is ongoing, and we are expecting more details in the coming days. Typically, an EF3 tornado carries winds ranging anywhere from 136 to 165 miles an hour. The tornado struck Araby, the lower Ninth Ward, and parts of New Orleans East. At least one person that we know of was killed as a result. Countless homes leveled, cars destroyed, power lines downed as well. Additionally, a second EF1 tornado with 90-mile-an-hour winds formed over Lake Pontchartrain and then ended up moving into central St. Tammany Parish. Suffice it to say, and I think most people are not surprised by this initial diagnosis, when you've been around these things long enough, you can pretty much look at the scope, the scale of the damage, if you will, and make a reasoned guess as far as the severity that was entailed in any particular event. And EF3 sounds about right when you survey the damage that was done. It goes without saying, those of us that are members of the community of faith, that we are keeping the good folks in St. Bernard, St. Tammany, Orleans parishes, certainly in our thoughts and in our prayers. As a matter of fact, big shout out to the Baton Rouge Fire Department and other fire departments and rescue personnel that have sent employees into the affected areas to help with rescue and recovery efforts there. It's something that we just do in South Louisiana. It's who we are. In recent memory, we've seen a concerted effort and appreciation for these efforts, due in large part to horrific instances like Hurricane Katrina and the response of the Cajun Navy. Nationwide, international attention brought in that regard, but at the end of the day, I think us longtime Louisiana folks, we know there's nothing really all that surprising in that. It's what we've been doing forever. It's just a part of who we are. It's neighbor helping neighbor, friend helping friend, co-workers helping co-workers. It's just a part of being the wonderful people that we are here in South Louisiana. Now, obviously, this is going to be an ongoing process for the good people affected in that regard. And as a result, and y'all know this already, this is no earth-shaking revelation, but understanding when it happens, depending upon the severity of it, it's real easy to forego common sense. It's real easy to forget the things that we thought had been drubbed into us, and we find ourselves, unfortunately, doing something that ends up exacerbating an already horrific situation. Listen, y'all, I get it. It's easy for Clarence to say in Baton Rouge that was not affected, when he gets home, the AC is going to be working, stove is working, food's in the pantry, friends are okay, loved ones are okay. Clarence doesn't have to worry about whether or not he's going to be able to get gas for the generator, things of that nature. I get all that. But at the end of the day, the only thing worse than suffering through and surviving something like an EF3 tornado is only to turn right around and lose your life or that of a loved one because of improper portable generator use, or because you were in a hurry to try and get the electricity turned back on, didn't do a proper survey, and end up being electrocuted long after the storm is over. This is not our first rodeo, y'all. And I love you and respect you entirely too much to even intimate that it'll be our last rodeo. We've seen it before. We will see probably lots more before all is said and done. And it's one thing to survive it. It's something else, however, to survive the initial encounter, only to drop your guard and lose your life for something that in the grand scheme of things could have very easily been avoided. There are going to be any number of individuals descending upon the affected areas to help. And while we're talking about this, again, it's who we are. I get it. I'm not denigrating you when I bring this up. I'm not castigating you. I'm simply making an observation. Understanding South Louisiana folks are who they are. When you're in a sweltering house and you look outside because you think you heard a big truck pull up, and sure enough, you peek through the blinds and you see the boom on the back of the bucket truck, And you're like, oh, thank you, Jesus. The utility company is here. Maybe we're about to get some relief. We can get some lights back on. I can cook. Oh, Lord Jesus, thank you. We can turn the air conditioning on. Let me go out and bring these workers something to eat or drink. I get it. It's the Louisiana in you. I got the same thing in me. It's what you want to do. However, when you do that, number one, you're stopping them from working. Number two, these are professionals. Let them do what professionals do. Number three, in the instance that something goes horribly wrong, you and I, in all likelihood, are the least qualified individuals to do something about it. Let the professionals do what they do. Again, sometimes it's hard. It's hard to suppress that Louisiana because it's who we are. For many people, it's like trying to get Roger Cador to talk without using his hands. It can't be done. You can't. If you cut Roger Cador's hands off, bless his little old heart, he died because he can't use them to talk. Clarence, you know I got to use my hands to talk. That's how I am. It's who we are, y'all. But at the end of the day, just think, if every house a lineman goes to restore power, if they got to take time out to eat a sandwich, cold drink, whatever, multiply that times 20, 30, 40 houses in a day. And you start to see how this can back up and start to affect other people. And you never know what's going on in a neighborhood or in your neighborhood or street over. Maybe someone with that newborn baby that's just been brought home to a house with no AC. They obviously would appreciate having that electricity back on ASAP. It's hard. It takes a lot of discipline, y'all. I will not in any way, shape, or form dispute that. But at the end of the day, let the professionals do what they are paid and paid handsomely to do. And hopefully, before you know it, all of this will be nothing but a bad memory. First break of today's show. Speaking of bad memories, had some really, really bad ones dredged up at the Louisiana legislature this week. The Ronald Greene saga continues to get uglier and uglier and uglier. We give you the latest when we come back, continuing today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing.
You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
The Mazda CX-30, named an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. Perfect for the journey ahead.
Start your journey in a new Mazda CX-30. Right here at Team Mazda on Airline.
Hi, gang. Clarence Bugs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Bugs Show.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bugs Show. You know, as a Louisianian and someone that loves this state dearly, every now and then we incur things that make us question to what degree do we want to do better? For example, you look at our woefully inadequate infrastructure. Anyone that's ever driven through rush hour traffic in Baton Rouge understands how we have neglected the basics for so long that, in the words of the esteemed Forrest Gump, it has now returned to bite us squarely in the buttocks. We've known about this for God knows how long, and the powers that be have refused to do anything to fix it. We have also watched with increasing alarm in recent memory things in government agencies, institutions that fly in the face of conventional wisdom as far as the oath that they swore to protect and serve. This entire Ronald Greene saga, I keep hoping one day we will wake up from it, sanity will have prevailed, honesty will have prevailed, the family will get closure, and we're able to move forward. Can't blame an old guy for wishful thinking, right? Well, this week, we were shown at the Louisiana legislature that we've got a major problem on our hands, y'all. This week, a Louisiana state trooper, former head of Louisiana State Police Troop F, we find out allegedly asked this trooper to bury evidence in the death of Ronald Green. Troop F Lieutenant Johnny Scott Brown told lawmakers looking into this horrific case that the request came from the commander of Troop F, John Peters. John Peters oversaw Troop F at the time of Ronald Green's death and retired late last year. Trooper Brown didn't elaborate on what the evidence was. However, another investigator in the case, Sergeant Albert Paxton, reportedly told the CBS affiliate here in Baton Rouge, WAFB, on Tuesday that Peters allegedly asked both he and Brown to hide the body camera footage from the Green case and, quote, deny that it existed. Quote, nobody in my chain of command wanted anything done, Trooper Brown, telling lawmakers about the incident. Earlier this month, Trooper Brown told another legislative committee that his superiors did not follow his recommendation that a fellow trooper be fired in connection with the death of Ronald Green. He hinted that he was also banned from discussing the Green case with the local DA, something that had never, ever happened to him before. When he testified earlier this month, the Trooper Brown, was told, you might want to consider hiring a lawyer to represent you. You may remember, Senator Cleo Fields was the one that said that. His response was that he didn't believe he needed a lawyer because he's done nothing wrong and has never committed a crime. A few days later, however, Trooper Brown announced he will be retiring from the state police later this year. It continues to get uglier and uglier and uglier. Now, for the record, let's be sure we clarify this here. The investigation is ongoing. And in this country, there's a thing called the presumption of innocence. An individual enjoys the right to be presumed innocent until they are proven guilty. And I know court of public opinion these days carries all sorts of weight. I will leave to you to decide whether that's good, bad, right, or wrong. But at the end of the day, y'all, it's not a good look. Speaking of not a good look, we also found out this week that the committees special committees like this one, formed to investigate matters of concern, have now, finally, I might add, been given the power of a subpoena. Here's the problem that I have with this. You remember, I'm sure, when news of this first broke, Governor John Bell Edwards held a press conference, Legislative Black Caucus held a press conference, NAACP, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. By God, we're going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to find out the truth of the matter, and we're going to hold people accountable if they should be held accountable. So apparently, prior to this week, these committee members / legislators were operating under the assumption that everybody that comes before us to testify will do so on the honor system. I mean, they certainly wouldn't dare come before us and tell us a lie, would they? They certainly wouldn't come before this legislative committee and lie by omission, simply not telling you all the truth. To me, something of this magnitude, for God's sake, y'all, a man died. Not just died, but in what is arguably one of the most inhumane ways possible. And you didn't think before now that your committee needs subpoena power. The mere nature and the extent of the alleged cover-up should have been more than enough for this committee to realize we might believe in the honor system, but apparently not everybody is on board with this. That is as classic an example as you will ever find of putting the cart in front of the horse. Well, we need to investigate this. We need to get to the bottom of this. We need to find out what the truth is. But to do that, you would think conventional wisdom would say, we have to have the power of law to do that. Now again, in an ideal world, if everybody believed in the honor system, there'd be no problem. You ask me a question, I tell you the God honest truth, we move on. And we wouldn't find ourselves where we find ourselves. That should have been the first order of business. We're looking at a list of people we're going to call to testify about what knowledge they had regarding an alleged cover-up. Be advised, you will be subpoenaed, you'll be sworn in, you will testify, and if we find out that you lied to us, be advised, we will lower the full power of the law on your behind unmercifully. No two ways about it. I guess if there's a silver lining here is now we know everybody doesn't believe in the honor system. I know it's shocking. I know it's something you've never thought about before. You mean people would actually lie to a government committee? Oh my God, what are we coming to? Now you know. The citizens of this state deserve better, y'all. The members of the legislative committee deserve better, y'all. And God knows the memory of Ronald Green and his family deserve better. The only question that remains now is, do we have the backbone to see it all the way through? I, for one, am of the opinion we can't afford not to. But that's just me. Bottom of the hour. Let me get this break out of the way. Just when I thought the confirmation process, potentially, for the next Supreme Court justice couldn't get any crazier, along comes yesterday. Quick question. Do you know what a woman is? We're going to talk about that when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
Driver assistance technology comes standard on every Camry model as part of Toyota Safety Sense, setting the standard for safety every time you're on the road, no matter the destination. Save on your Camry today at Team Toyota, I-12 at O'Neill.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich, voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hi, I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
And I'm Dr. Kay Siller with The Rocket Right Show.
We are two busy blondes on the go showing off life in Louisiana.
Watch us on Pelican Sports Network.
And Talk 107.3 FM. Check local listings for times.
Caught spiders? Premier Pest Services.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. The entire nation knew that we were getting ready to go through it again with President Joe Biden's nomination of the first woman of color, African American, to hold a seat on the highest court in the land. Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, first woman to be considered a serious candidate in that regard. And as you might imagine, and for those of y'all that in 2022 are still hung up on color and gender, as you might imagine, the media and those on the left were going to make as big a deal as possible on the historic significance of it all, completely ignoring the fact that if the shoe were on any other foot and a conservative said, well, I'm only going to nominate white men, I think we all know what the response would be. You'd have to unwrap a brand new deck of race cards to play. So sure enough, you've heard me tell you this how many times? Just listen to them. Just listen to what they say. It'll tell you everything you need to know. For example, early on in the Senate, in the confirmation process, Senator Dianne Feinstein, Democrat from California, quote, Judge Jackson, if confirmed, you would become the 6th woman to ever serve on the Supreme Court. You would join Justices Sotomayor, Kagan, Amy Coney Barrett. This would be the nearest we've ever come to gender equity on the Supreme Court. There would be 4 women on a court with 9 justices. What are your thoughts on what it means for our country to have women serve in meaningful numbers on the federal bench, and in particular, what would it mean to have 4 women serving on the Supreme Court for the first time in history? Her response, quote, I think it's extremely meaningful. Since I was nominated to this position, I have received so many letters and photos from little girls around the country who tell me that they are so excited for this opportunity and that they thought about the law in new ways because I am a woman, because I am a black woman. Sounds good, right? As you would expect. So later on, another woman who happens to be a conservative, Marsha Blackburn, Republican from Tennessee, asked this potential newest member of the highest court in the land, quote, can you provide a definition of the word woman? Judge Jackson replied, no, I can't. Senator Blackburn responded, you can't? Judge Jackson, I'm not a biologist. So wait a minute. Wait. Back the bus up. You just finished talking about how historic this is, how you received all these cards and letters from little girls and other women saying how meaningful it is to finally have this happen for a woman of color. I am a woman. I am a black woman, quote, unquote. But you can't define what a woman is. Well, I'm not a biologist. How would I know that? Listen, y'all. Listen. I get it. I've been doing this for over 40 years now, y'all. The good Lord above blessed me to have two very amazing parents, put some wonderful public school teachers in my path, and allowed me to associate with individuals to develop a talent where on any given day, on just about any given topic, you can throw it out there, I can take it and run. That's my gift. That's what God saw fit to bless me with. But there's no way in you know what, y'all. Even on my worst day, can you wake me up out of a dead sleep and say, Clarence, define a man. What's a man? And I'm going to tell you, I can't answer that. Well, what do you mean? You're a man, you can't answer. I'm not a biologist. Now, what does one have to do with the other? You just told us you're a woman. You just told us you're a black woman. But you can't define what a woman is. Here's the problem, y'all. If you can't define what a woman is, how are we supposed to expect you to vote on issues affecting women? According to you, you don't even know what a woman is. But you're going to sit on the highest court in the land, and it's just a matter of time before issues of importance to women will reach the Supreme Court. University of Penn, bruh, who thinks he's a woman, don't be surprised if this ends up in the Supreme Court. I don't know, maybe between now and then, she can go back to school, she can get a degree and become a biologist, and then she can define what a woman is. When we arrive at a point in time, y'all, where someone who wants to sit on the highest court in the land, hear cases, render an opinion, and this person cannot define something as simple as what's a woman, maybe it's time you stop voting for the people you've been voting for. They are showing you in no uncertain terms how they think, and more important, what they think about you. My late father, God bless him, my appreciation for that man grows by leaps and bounds every freaking day. My late father would tell me when he knew he could read my mind, he would ask me about something, and I guess he could see the wheels turning, knowing, okay, let's see what he's going to say to try to weasel out of this. And he would always tell me, son, remember, don't let your answer make you look a whole lot worse than the infraction that you just committed. Now, I know you did it. You know you did it. But in attempting to explain it, son, don't make a bad situation worse by explaining it in such a fashion that you end up not only looking wrong, but wrong and stupid. I can't define what a woman is. You can't? No, I'm not a biologist. Let me ask you this. A person that will tell you, a woman, no less, that will tell you she can't define what a woman is, even though, allegedly, she is one, even though she'll be ruling on issues affecting women, even though she says, apparently, you have to be a biologist to define what a woman is. What party do you think she identifies with? Democrat or Republican? That's what I thought too. Y'all learning. You slow, but you get there eventually. Final break of today's show. Can't see the forest for the trees? Well, actually, can't see the forest for the leaves. President Joe Biden will wrap us up when we come back on today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
You can't smell it, but you can almost taste it. And whether it's for a family get-together or a game day feast, having Manda in the mix always sounds good. For 3 generations, their quality meats and original seasonings have made Manda a Louisiana legend and made their family sausage Louisiana's family sausage. Manda Fine Meats, the flavor says it all.
Treads & Care Tire Company announces its new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair with top-notch customer service. Treads & Care offers the convenience of shuttle service and pickup and delivery of your vehicle. You can also enjoy the comfortable customer area, complete with workstations, high-speed internet, and a complimentary coffee bar.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Treads & Care, the tires you need and the service you want.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystonecountryClub.com.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters. Huge wine and liquor selection. beer, and all the spices you need. Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats, ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs, 20 flavors of sausage for the grill, daily lunch specials, and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremontes.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With private healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back for the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. Y'all forgive me. I just had this mental picture of my late father and something he taught all of his children, and I'm pretty sure many of the students that he taught early in life. Who you surround yourself with has a lot to do with who you become as a person. If in the neighborhood where you live, everybody knows this group of kids is heading for trouble. Not going to be long. They're going to end up in jail, shot, whatever. If you choose to hang out with them, you pretty much know what's down the line for you. So this week, the new mayor of New York City, get a rope, Eric Adams, says, man, we got to do something about crime in the city. Our violent crime is up 45%. And this is on the heels of record-setting homicide numbers. So what does he do? He gets on the phone and starts making calls to folks. Who does he call? You can't make this stuff up. Lori Lightfoot, the mayor of Chicago, the most crime-ridden, dangerous place probably in all of America. According to Mayor Adams, quote, we're going to learn from Chicago what they're doing on their L, that's their version of the subway, so that we can see best practices. Adding that the Chicago mayor, Lori Lightfoot, quote, clearly understands it is the combination of prevention and the intervention that is needed to stop crime. The mayor didn't stop there. He went on to say that New York City would, quote, look to duplicate a Chicago Police Department policy that would allow some officers to avoid the minimum 60 college credit requirement, Quote, I know we're going to be great partners in the work we're all doing to make sure our residents can live safe and vibrant lives. For 12 years in a row, albeit some time ago, working as the host for Eddie Robinson's television series for Grambling, New York became one of my favorite cities on the planet. The Urban League Classic played in Yankee Stadium every year. Stayed in the Midtown Manhattan Sheraton, West 52nd and 7th Avenue. Could open up the window, look at the front door of Radio City Music Hall, within walking distance of Times Square. Fell in love with the city. Now, thanks but no thanks, you can have it. You can have it. And how in God's name you end up with a mayor who, when the going gets tough and people are being victimized by crime to no end, gets on the phone and calls Lori freaking Lightfoot for answers? Around the bowl and down the hole, NYC shall go. Tragic. Truly, truly tragic. But hey, it's what you voted for. Or did you get dominionized too? I hate that for the good people of that city. I hate that for those who have been fighting that scourge. And I hate that for the good men and women of law enforcement that deserve better. But at the end of the day, what's the old saying? You get the government that you voted for. Time's up, y'all, and I gotta go. But this day, just like any other, maybe more so than most, I give it to you. You know what? You're right. America, we're not perfect. But for this old boy's money, it's the best there is. And God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, you know he loves you. And I hope you know that I do too. Either way, ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. See you next week. God bless.